heard a lot of ideas and had a lot of great discussion both today and over the past couple of years around the energy issues that we have. Unfortunately, ideas by themselves don't solve problems. And I can see us kind of going like this in our problem-solving approach, where we're getting a little scattered. So my solution is that we need to get the right stakeholders involved, and we need to all focus our energy. We need to bring everything back into focus and put it into a Missouri energy plan, one that's transparent to everyone and one that we can all align to and have some accountability around. In that plan, we need to use energy efficiency. We need to have renewables where it makes sense to have renewables. We need to use gas where it's appropriate. And for base load, we need to build a nuclear plant, or two, or even several small nuclear plants. Built into that energy plan, we need to make sure that we have the structure in place so companies like ours that invest into that plan can recover their costs quickly. Because in the environment of today, the financially constrained environment of today, we can no longer afford to spend hundreds of millions of dollars and then take years to recover. That won't work, and we won't do it. Also built into that plan needs to be a structure for accountability for us. We need to be accountable to deliver projects on time and on budget. That way our stakeholders and our customers have something predictable that they can plan for, and they can also be successful. So in closing, the problems and challenges that I see today, I think there's solutions for them. And Ameren UE is committed to be part of those solutions. The only choice that we can't make is to do nothing. Because if we do nothing, what we're going to ultimately do is pass these problems and challenges on to our children and grandchildren, and it won't be problems anymore, it'll be a crisis.
When it comes to achieving the right mix of utility infrastructure, you need to have two basic substances. Number one, you need to have hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars invested from thousands of people who are willing to go ahead and provide those investment dollars for whatever those infrastructure projects might be. And then you have to have regulatory policies that provide a reasonable level of assurance that such investments will be recovered under terms that are going to afford a realistic opportunity to earn a competitive return on those investments. And I think only if you have that appropriate mix of those two substances, each of which is intricately dependent on the other, will you have a solution that really works over the long term. I really do think it's as simple as that. I think the same thing can be said of the energy efficiency initiatives that were mentioned by Roger. Here it may be a mixture of customer education, financial incentives, and applying the latest and greatest in energy savings technology. The point is that you have to have each of these substances to come up with an energy efficiency solution that works. And I think we've seen numerous examples of this dynamic in the natural gas industry as well. On the supply side, we've seen innovations in fracturing technology combined with the financial incentives of a competitive marketplace excuse me, to produce a breathtaking boom in shale gas production. In little more than a decade, shale gas has gone from around 1% of the country's gas supply to nearly 20% today, resulting in a doubling, as somebody mentioned today, of discovered gas reserves that should be sufficient to meet a century's worth of demand in this country. Now, there's a real solution for you. On the demand side, we've also seen technological innovation combined with customer self-interest to dramatically reduce how much gas customers need to use to heat their homes or fuel their businesses. In fact, just a few decades ago, gas consumption for an average residential customer on the clean system was around 120 MMBTU per year. Today, that's less than 90 MMBTU per year and continuing to decline. Today, customers have virtually real-time access to what their energy usage is. They have all kinds of information that's provided on how that usage compares to what they used a month ago, the same time, or the same month a year ago, and obviously have more of the ability to determine what it is they're using and what they're paying for. In addition to that, though, we are embarking on a process for pulling together additional information on housing stock, where the customer lives, what the dimensions of the customer's home is, how old the building shell is, and combining that with energy usage information to give a customer an idea of how he stacks up or she stacks up with other people that are in similar housing stock. This is one way to show somebody, well, you know you live in an old house, you may just think that there's not a whole lot you can do to go ahead and improve your energy usage situation, but here's how you compare to somebody else that lives in an old house. You can really go ahead and see whether or not you've got a special problem that needs to be addressed that might benefit from additional energy usage measures, or if you're not. And it's just one more way of trying to empower the customer to do what's best to pursue his own energy solutions and what makes most sense.